right, marching band, you guys are a fun, slightly different activity than most of our athletics. So this is going to be a little bit different for you guys than it would be for our teams, but it actually is fairly similar. So mostly our goal is to keep our athletes and our band members healthy and safe. So that's the goal. So, what is an emergency action plan? An emergency action plan are the roles of the responders, including the coaches or directors in your guys' case, and how the ambulance will get there, where they'll go, any equipment we need, and then what what we do in case of a large scale evacuation. So we have I don't have a specific emergency action plan written for the parking lots that you're in, but practicing in. So I would just have them come down 100 South and then enter into the parking lot as opposed to coming this way, just so I don't have to cross through those barriers, even though that is possible. And the ambulance is familiar with going down this route. So if you call 911, make sure to clarify that you want them to go to this lot as opposed to coming around here, because they are definitely trained to come for all of our sporting activities here or up here, which I'll show you on the next slide. So just be aware of that. Okay, also be aware that there are some gates that would need to be opened if an ambulance comes in that direction. And so that requires the 105 key. So make sure that someone on your staff has the 105 key and that person is the one designated to unlock and open the gates if needs be. So looking at it, if we were going to go for the football stadium, like during a game where a large event where there's a lot of people, it would be hard to get an ambulance up through this walkway. So we actually have them come on 130 North and then come down and go right onto the sidewalk there. So there is one more gate. That is another 105 key to get onto that area. We don't want the ambulance driving on the turf or the track if possible. So we will limit that if we can. I have this on the last two slides. So we have what's called a wet bulb globe temperature monitor, and it is to monitor the ambient temperature of the air around, including humidity, so we can know if it's safe for our athletes to participate outside. Now, you are on one of the hottest surfaces on the asphalt, and then you're also on the other hottest surface, the turf, whenever you're out participating. So whenever that Kestrel is out and set up, it will let you know what color we've got going on. It will say the color on the screen. And then we have to modify activity according to that color. So if you hear it beeping, you have to have a staff member go and check that. And then they'll follow the guidelines according to what color it says. So these guidelines are attached right onto that tripod, so you can look at it and know exactly what orange means when it says orange, because you can read it on the chart provided. If you guys are more auditorium area, sometimes I know your color guard are doing their flags around here, so just have that ambulance come up and come straight through to that area. And then if your band is doing anything in the band area, just make the best call, which is the better location for them to come. All right, so here are the roles of the first responders. So you need to have immediate care of the injured athlete, and then activation of EMS by calling 911 and providing all the information they need, and then activate the phone tree, and then have what emergency equipment needs to be retrieved so we can care for the athlete appropriately. So that could be like the AED, and then direct EMS to the scene, opening the appropriate gates, flagging down the ambulance, and then making sure that the scene gets controlled. All right. Emergency equipment, I will have it with me, or Madison will have it when we're in the golf cart out at various sports. And then we also will usually have it near us in the training room if we've got more like an indoor thing like volleyball. There are also several AED locations around the school, and we actually got 2 new ones at the end of the school year, and I just haven't updated this slide, so I'll explain all those. So we've got AEDs located by the welding, upstairs and downstairs faculty rooms, auditorium by the spin room, and then 2 with the athletic trainers, because we've got 2 golf carts and we're at different locations. And then also the last one is now in the indoor practice facility. We also have emergency ice located in the center closet. There's a deep freeze in the concession stand outside, and we try to have about 40 or 50 ice bags located out there. If the indoor facility is getting used, usually this time of year it's not being used because it's kind of hot in there, but later in the season, that indoor facility will have an ice chest with ice bags out there. Or we can have teams that will request having their own individual cooler, like softball, because they go through a whole cooler of ice every night to ice their shoulders and things like that. So just communicate with us if you'd like your own cooler. All right, if you've got any questions, let us know.